joins the Gascoyne River south of Gascoyne Junction. Anyway, that's why that town got called Gascoyne Junction. So that's where the two rivers made up. And so we're about to cross a grid, go over a cattle grid, and on the other side is a small station called Mount Sandyman, but it's now called Mini Creek. It's got sucked in, got added on to Mini Creek a long time ago, because it was only a small place. It's about 300,000 hectares, I think, something like that, 300,000 acres, I can't remember, but that's where I used to live with my family and Ash, and two of my kids were conceived up here. But it's really dry. They haven't had rain for at least 3 years. This will be going into their fourth. I'll take you into the homestead. Amazing homestead, little rock. Sourced from not far away. And I'll give you a look around. Coming down through the house, through the breezeway, it was everywhere. About 6 inches deep. And I ended up in this creek that we're just about to go through, Newman Creek. I don't think that's right, but anyway. And heads down to the right, down to the Lions River, which is what we passed back previously. And this is where you get into homestead. And if you follow this track, or this road, it's a road at the moment, but ends up being a track, you end up on top of the Kennedy Ranges. It's just another access loop to get up there. It's a bit of a tricky track. If you don't concentrate, you end up heading north. It's amazing this bloody joint's still standing, but anyway. Effects of overgrazing, and it's not by the present owners, it was by previous owners. This was a holding paddock for sheep, and they just demolished the place. And I think it's going to take a fair while, maybe some rehab on the ground, the dirt, trying to catch some seeds. Anyway, but it's just how it is. It's the same down in Murchison where we came up through. Overgrazing, too many sheep. Cattle aren't that bad, they're a bit more selective. But sheep just eat everything. That bush you can see, those little scrubby bushes, that's called kerosene bush. Not very palatable to the sheep. Don't know if goats eat it, but they're just as bad. There used to be quite a population of goats in this area. And I think now all the sheep are gone, which was a smorgasbord for wild dogs, and drought, and the wild dogs started to get into the goats. They've got those under control, and now they're back into eating what they should eat, which is the kangaroos. They probably take cattle as well, calves, but that's more or less opportunistic hunting. But anyway, yeah. This country, this patch here, never grew any feed. Bloody rocky as hell. Just heading into the Mini Creek homestead. Quite an old place. I think it's listed, but Dean and Kate restored it. Had a lot of money spent on it. Looks really great. That's the homestead to the right there, and shed over there. And I'll go and see the people who are the managers. Let them know I'm leaving and I'm okay, and I want to see if I can get some rainwater. Yeah, cottage over there, workshops, parking. So here we are heading into the Lions River, and like I said, they've had no rain for about 3 years. So the buffalo, they had an inch of rain not long ago, but that's pretty much gone. The buffalo came to life, but they need a nice big river. Flood the channels out, but you can see how dry it is. This is usually foot high, knee high in buffalo grass. The buffalo's alive, but it's funny stuff, buffalo, because you think it's dead, and when it gets rain, it just springs into life. It's amazing stuff. It's been declared a noxious weed in South Australia. I'm not sure why, but if it wasn't for buffalo grass in the Gascoyne, you wouldn't be able to run anywhere near the amount of stock that they do. And while they're eating buffalo grass, they're not eating the native stuff, so that's got to be a good thing, doesn't it? Anyway, so we're heading to Gifford Creek today. That's where my mother and father-in-law used to live, Gifford Creek. It's called Wanna now. There's a bloke called John Radford who hated the name Gifford Creek and wanted it to be called Wanna. Anyway, got the name changed to Gifford Creek. I always call it, my kids call it Gifford Creek, everyone else calls it Gifford Creek. And that's where we're heading today, and hopefully up to a pool of water called Edithana, which is on Gifford Creek. That's fed by a permanent spring. And there's usually swans, black swans, or a couple of pelicans live there. Don't know if they're there now, but there used to be, on Gifford Creek anyway, a pool of water called Windarra Pool, and that was had mullet, freshwater mullet in it, but what happened was there was a guy, or somebody in Carnarvon, had some redfin perch that they got sick of, so they threw them into the Gascoyne River, and over the years, redfin perch made their way up the river, the Lions River, probably get the Gascoyne as well, and they're highly predatorial fish, and they ate all the native fish and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it'd be interesting to put a net out at that place, see what fish is in there. But anyway, and we'll just keep going. Now, Fancy Creek crossing. I think this is the Mangaroon Creek. This is a good little creek when it gets around a bit of a green buffalo. Yeah.
I asked.
So here we are, we're leaving Mini Creek and getting on to Gifford Creek, also known as Wanna. And Dollar Bill, that was the name of the guy, that was his nickname, Dollar Bill. He bought the place. He had the original Wanna, which is after it's been handed back to Calm. That's absolute dog's breakfast up there. And he bought Gifford Creek and had such a bad, hated the previous owner, John Fraser, with a passion, and changed Gifford Creek to what everyone in the district couldn't believe in. And Wanna was owned by the guy who invented or made pumps, baby pumps. And Dollar Bill, John Radford, enjoyed spending baby pumps money, like lots of money. Anyway, that's the history of that. So we're on Gifford Creek and we're heading, probably won't go to the homestead because people will get a bit funny about it, and I can understand that, but maybe I'll get in touch with them and see if we can drop in at a later date. Yeah, but anyway, on we go. So we're on Gifford Creek again, still, but we'll be on here for a fair while. But you can see the difference in the country. It's still red, it's not iron ore. Really dusty. But there's really good flats along here for getting along. So the road to the left is to Illawarra and Edmund, and we're still on Gifford Creek into Yanjibona. That sign back there was spelt bad, wasn't spelt right, but anyway.
Guy at the side of the bank.
We're just heading into the Lions River. A couple of little creeks. Truth be known, they're probably part of the Lions River, but this end of this section of the Lions River through Gifford Creek is more or less a gutter. You don't get the full benefits of the Lions River until you get down into Mini Creek. man might have been a station manager. Yeah. This is the turn off to it's Gifford Creek. I'm going to keep calling it Gifford Creek on the day I die, but anyway. So, there's on a station, Gifford Creek Homestead. Just coming up to T-junction. Sounds strange. But if you go left, you go towards Cobra, which is over there. And Mount Augustus, which is over there, which is bigger than Uluru. Then for the old timers, there's Rock. And if you turn right, you go down past Many Creek, Mount Phillip, Innathara, Merley Downs, Derry Creek, and then you hit another T road, and you can either go left towards the Murchison or right to Gascoyne Junction. So yeah, we're turning left. We're not going up to Mount Augustus or Burrangurra. Burrangurra used to be a station, but it was abandoned a long time ago. I'm going to say the 70s. Anyway, it is now Burrangurra, which is an indigenous community out there. They spend a lot of money there, keep the people out of the trouble spots, I guess. I don't know. Just coming into Cobra Homestead Station, whatever you like to call it. I don't know what they have here, but back in the 80s, there was a pub. It's called the Bangamall Inn. Yep, you heard it, the Bangamall Inn. Oh my God, they've even got speed humps. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's the telephone. Let's see if it works. How do you get into this joint? Private residence. Right, so there's no up there. I'll bang them all in. I'll try this bloody phone. Phone number. What are they doing there now? Anyway.
Hear that spirit.
So we're heading down, found a road, I don't know who put this road in, but anyway. Might be because of the Cobra Homestead being calm now. And the Shire, the Upper Gascoyne Shire, put a road in for access down to the river, Innathara. I remember this road was here before. We used to use it a lot. This used to be the old road to the original water years ago. There used to be an old set of cattle yards around here somewhere, but I believe Dollar Bill demolished that, pushed it up, burnt it. Which is a shame because we used to use them. They were absolute crap, but they held cattle. Okay, I found a track, and I think I'm heading the right way. Looks familiar. I think I'm gonna just get out and have a look. What's on the other side of that? this is going to be touch and go. There's one part of it. We've got to get up over there. And to our left. Destroy the trailer. Right. Bit of low range. Okay, off we go. Over the edge. Try not to destroy anything. So far so good. Righto. With the needle. Okay. Those gum trees are thick there. That'll be where the Edith pool is. I remember John and Jenny bought some cattle from a place called Mandora up in the Kimberleys. Mandora south of Broome. And they were trying to get the cattle over the river, and they wouldn't go in. And apparently it was because the cattle that Mandora sold, John and Jenny, who were on Gibbon Creek, came from croc-infested waters. So they were a bit about going in the water, but anyway, they got them. Better just change out of that. Get a bit of that going. Righto. There we go. Pretty confident there's no water in here. Hasn't run for a while. Whoop. Clutch. Someone's been here because they've chopped the trees down. Better access, so there you go. I'd say that's the station owners, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we're nearly there. This is the actual river. Out part of the river. I'll tell you what, there's been very big amounts of water come down here over time. Really big. So once we get out of here, otherwise a big fight used to be between Copper and different Creek or Copper. He used to always claim that it was on their property. But that's absolute bullshit. Just stop, get out of this low range arrangement. And press on. Okay, that's where we want to go up there. And that's where the pool of water is. And motorbikes there. And this has been completely cleared of any wood of any description, as you can see. There's the pool in there. I'll get out up here. I just saw something red there. That's good. Well, I know how to get here now, so that's a good thing. Motorbike tracks would have been there. Oh, that's dirty. That hasn't run for a while, but there's a spring up there, further up in front of us, that keeps this pool of water full. Oh, there's the black swans. Oh, that's cool. I've just seen some black swans in the river. I'll go and see if I can catch them before they rack off.